If you're lying awake at night and you hear a noise, don't dismiss it. In 2012, a young woman that we call Emily and her roommate and their cat moved into a new apartment. The first few nights, nothing really was weird, but after a couple of months of being there, Emily started to hear what sounded like rustling in her drawers, but she decided to just dismiss it, that she was tired and her mind was playing tricks on her. But things would only get stranger from there. One night, Emily was laying in her bed and she suddenly woke up. And about the time that she woke up, she felt something jump onto her bed. She could feel the dip in the bed as something with a good amount of weight had jumped on and was walking around her entire body. This would happen for several minutes before it just seemingly disappeared or jumped off the bed and scurried off somewhere. Now, the thought was that maybe this was the cat initially, except the cat was in the other room with her roommate in her bed. So whatever was on her bed probably did not belong there. Shortly after this incident, Emily would get a dog, a small little Chihuahua, also known as a devil dog. And on some nights, he would turn towards the closet or the door that led into her bedroom and he would just growl. He wouldn't quite bark, but he would just growl ferociously at whatever was on the other side. Now, this Chihuahua did not react this way to the cat. So again, it could not be the cat. It was after this that Emily decided to discuss what she was experiencing with her roommate, who she thought was going to kind of dismiss it and be like, oh, you're crazy, you're just hearing things. But she actually explained that she was having similar encounters. And this freaked them both out and put them all on extremely high alert when they returned to the apartment that night. A couple nights after they discussed what they were both experiencing, Emily would be lying in her bed at night and she would hear her dog start growling. And right after her dog started growling, she'd start feeling this pressure pushing down on her chest, making it hard for her to breathe, and she could not even move. And after a few minutes of enduring this, the pressure was just gone, and nothing else happened the rest of the night. A few days later, Emily and her dog and her roommate and her cat were also in the living room just talking when suddenly a vodka bottle that was skull-shaped, so it was very bottom-heavy, would just randomly tip over and fall off the counter. Again, it was bottom-heavy, so there's no reason why it would just randomly fall over. Last instance that Emily remembers before they both moved out of his apartment is one night she was taking a shower and she put the towel on the rod, and when she went to reach for it, it was no longer there. Instead, it was about 10 feet away from the shower. They both couldn't seem to figure out what was going on, but they both seemed to agree that it was time to find a new place.